Welcome back to West Ham Unofficial. I hope you are all well. I apologise. You've probably only seen the last bit of that clip, so I'm going to play it again. Everything's a bit weird. I don't know what's going on. It didn't press record in time, so I thought I'd play it again. Welcome back to West Ham Unofficial. Dundee 2, West Ham United 2. That's what we are discussing in today's video. West Ham kicked off their pre-season campaign with a 2-2 draw at Dens Park against Dundee. Not what we wanted, but with the circumstances that we had in front of us at 2-0 down, I think we'd take a 2-2 draw in the end. Showed some passion at the end. I've watched the highlights for this game. I've managed to pick up some highlights from here, there, and everywhere. Obviously, I didn't watch the game. I was at school. It was at a stupid time of 1:00. But I'm going to be able to watch the rest of them because one more week of school and then we are done. But I followed this. As it went. 1-0, 2-0, 2-1, 2-2. Quite an entertaining game. I'm going to propose from looking at that scoreline. But without further ado, we're going to get on in with it. Then we're going to start with the starting lineup. Then, so this is what we saw: the old away kit from last season. Because we still haven't announced the new one yet. But we started off with Trott in goal. Our back four, Ryan Fredericks coming back in. There hasn't been another game. Fredericks, Alves, for the first time seeing him in a West Ham shirt. I've heard that he was class today, so that's good to see. Alves, obviously, Angelo Bonner and Aaron Creswell. So we've got a mix there. Trott and Alves, young, hungry players trying to prove a point. And then you've got Fredericks, Bonner and Creswell, more of the experienced players, which gives a good balance in this back four. So I'm presuming a midfield three of Mark Noble, Connor Coventry gets his opportunity, and Manuel Lanzini, I suppose, playing in a midfield three. And then Bowen on one side, Holland on the other, and Mikel Antonio, the main man, up front. Now, I'm not going to really comment on this one too much because, to be honest, I had no idea what he was going to go for. I think it was alright. It had that balance. Now that's what I thought. This was really good. The starting lineup had the balance of giving the young players a go and having the experienced heads on there of Angelo Bonner, Aaron Creswell, Antonio, Jared Bowen. These proven players. So a good balance for me of proven and young players trying to break through. That is for sure. Let's have a look at the subs bench as well, and let's see what we had there. So we had Randolph, Hedge Yee, Alese, Diop, Dawson, Baptiste, Johnson, Ekwa, Anderson, who was on the bench. Reports saying that he's out in a Lazio having his medical. He's not. He was on the bench today. Zonde Silva and Mipo Odebeko on the bench. Most of these players got on the pitch today, I do believe. But let's have a little look through the game there with these images. So let's go here and we will get started then. So oh, that is the wrong one. That is a fantastic start, isn't it? So we kicked off at 1:00. Now I think I've jumbled up all these images. There's Mikel Antonio there. Half time we did go in at 1-0 down, which was disappointing. I'm going to be honest with you, very, very disappointing. And it finished 2-2, of course, as we know. And yeah, Jared Bowen did really well. From reports, obviously he scored and he got an assist, which was absolutely fantastic to see. So let's head through a timeline of the game then. So I'm just going to scroll back on my Twitter and let's have a little look at the timelines then. So of course we Dundee took the lead 14 minutes in through Charlie Adam. Disappointing this. To go 1-0 down so early on in the game. I would have thought we would have been the first team to score, but we weren't. Unfortunately, Dundee did take the lead. A big moment in the game in the 27th minute at 1-0 to Dundee. Holland Holland threaded a fantastic ball through to Antonio. The goalkeeper denies him an equaliser. The goalkeeper just got there before Antonio could, so that quite frustrating. That, and then just 4 minutes later, we were really piling the pressure on in this part of the game. Now, superb play from Holland again. He drove the ball with purpose out on the left hand side, almost carving a chance out by linking up with Antonio, only to be denied by the linesman with the offside flag. So these two key moments in the first half, you could already tell that Antonio and Holland had this understanding, had that bit of link up play, really understanding each other, which is nice to see. Like us going in at 1-0 down at half time, that there was some positives, that is for sure. So we kicked off the second half, of course, at 1-0 to Dundee, but we made 7 changes at the break. So Baptiste came on, Dawson, Randolph, Alese, Ekwa, Odebeku, Johnson all came in to play. So obviously Trott went out for Randolph. Dawson came in. So the key players there. Then Ekwa making his debut for West Ham United. Alese, the first time we've really seen him as well. Baptiste, who did end up getting on the score sheet, fantastic to see. But these changes didn't really have an instant impact. The opposite, to be honest with you. Dundee added a second goal in the 53rd minute to make it 2-0 to Dundee, and then we needed a response, and we got it. Just 53 and 61. Just eight or 9 minutes later, a ball came into the box. Jared Bowen over the corner, and I think it. Only he can say, because the angle wasn't fantastic, to be honest with you. But whether it just came off his shin or his foot, he somehow got it into the back of the net, and we scored from a corner, which was nice to see as well. And then to make it and to really pile the pressure on them, we got a penalty just 5 minutes later. Bowen was fouled after a powerful drive into the box. He was brought down, and the referee pointed to the penalty spot, and it was a penalty. And then we scored. So in between the two goals, in the 60th minute, we were 2-0 down. In the 67th minute, it was all tied up at 2-2, which is good to see, that in these young players as well, that we've got that bit of determination, we've got that bit of hunger, and that dig deep attitude. I know Dundee aren't a fantastic side. We didn't win. We know that, but that dig deep attitude to really try and find those goals was really, really good, and a lot of that's got to go down to Jared Bowen. Some more subs were made. Bowen and Holland were replaced by Silva and Diop there on the 71st minute. Well played from Jared Bowen, probably got us that point. I mean, the point doesn't really matter, but he got us those 2 goals with a goal and an assist. You can't get much better than that, to be honest. Minutes for 20 players as goals from Jared Bowen and Jamal Baptiste kick things off for us in pre-season. So this is good as well. 20 players got on the pitch today. Obviously, no substitution limits and all of that. So David Moyes had a good look in game play, playing a decent side, what these players can do. And I'm just going to go through some player ratings, some player ratings that you are perhaps a little bit more interested in. I'm going to start with the goal scorer. One of the goal scorers, Jamal Baptiste, took his goal well, hammering home a loose ball into box. Nothing spectacular from him though in defence, but was under a little pressure from the Dundee defence. He did his job. Well, we conceded 2 goals, but he did his job and he scored, which is a massive bonus. My man Craig Dawson, exactly what you'd expect from him. We saw today, solid at the back and a threat in the box going forward at set pieces. It was his effort that was blocked and led to a corner for Baptiste's goal. So he was a big part of our not conceding a 3rd goal and in the build up to our first breakthrough. Frederick Alves, let's have a little look at him. Played the entire match and improved as the game went on. Did well in possession and looked better with a vocal Randolph behind him, encouraging him on and giving clear instructions. So maybe struggled slightly in the first half with Nathan Trott, not so dominant, not so vocal as Darren Randolph. So perhaps that's what he needs, a vocal goalkeeper in front of him. So got better as the game went on. Nothing spectacular. Nathan Holland, substituted midway through the second half, was the man that David Moyes most often singled out for criticism / encouragement, with the manager wanting more from him going forward. Moyes urged Holland to get into space to receive the ball more often, and was eventually substituted. So David Moyes got quite frustrated with Nathan Holland, as much as from the two key moments in the first half he was involved. He really did frustrate David Moyes. Connor Coventry played the full match as well and looked composed in possession, and got better as the game wore on. Looking to play them attacking passes, and purely half of the reason why we were so dominant in the second half. Pierre-Emerick looked strong in the tackle and kept possession well, pushed forward ahead of Coventry on a number of occasions. Looks like a decent prospect, which is what we like to hear. Jared Bowen, the standout performer on the pitch today, attacked at pace and looked to run at the defence every time he had the ball. One run brought out a penalty after skipping past a number of players, buried the spot kick, of course, to cap off an excellent display, and he got a 9 from Football London. And Paul Debecco, he got a 6. Held the ball up well, ran in behind when he could, and linked up with Bowen nicely. A solid 45 minutes of football for the striker. So that's what we like to hear as well. But anyway, overall thoughts, not what we wanted, but we showed good coverage, and we dug deep to get those 2 goals, so we didn't lose. So there we go. Thank you very much for watching. Drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you are new around here, and yeah, come on, you Irons, and I'll see you very, very soon. Cheers, guys. Bye-bye.